Alright folks, out here at the flight line, all to myself again. Coming into our fall season, you can see the flag over there. It's a little windy. I'll get you actual wind speed here in a minute. That flag over there, looking at it, I'm guessing it's going to be about 5 or 6 miles per hour. Going to be flying the Apprentice on a Spectrum DX7. Originally was going to be flying the Dynam Focke-Wulf 190, FW190. But just happened to realize that when I did my pre-flight check, I had a control horn on the elevator that was actually coming unglued. They just glue those in. There's no screws holding their control horns on, at least on that model plane. So it's going to the hangar tonight for some little maintenance and TLC. So that leaves me with my combat-ready Apprentice. This thing has been through a lot of crashes while I was learning. You can see that wingtip, hopefully, is pretty dinged up, taped up. I did rig it up with lights, so that's pretty cool. Alright, let's get out to the field and put this bad mamma jamma in the air. We got a lot of rain here the last few days. Today was the first day really with the sun shining, but it's still awful swampy out here. You probably can hear the slosh as I'm walking through it. Looks like the runway is, normally we have some puddling, but it looks like that's taken care of. So let's get this bad boy out here. We just had a wind died down a little bit. As you know, the Apprentice has 3 modes of flight. Plus it has, hopefully you can see that. Yeah, wind died down to about 3.5, 4 miles per hour. And it's getting gusts up to about 8 or 9. That's what it was a while ago. There's 4.5. So it's a little bit of wind, not much. The Apprentice, I've actually flown it in winds up to about 15 miles per hour. And while it gets pushed around, it does okay. Again, the Apprentice has the 3 modes of flight: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And when it's real windy, I'll take it off in intermediate just to calm my nerves, so to speak. Recall I'm a new pilot, so a little bit sketchy on some of my takeoffs still, as well as my landings. So when it's nice and calm, though, I'll fly it in the expert mode and getting where I can fly inverted and, of course, loops and rolls and stuff like that. But enough jibber-jabber. Let's get this bad boy in the air.
Time to stop.
All right, here we go. Nice short takeoff on these things, so that's good. We are in the Acro Mode right now, or expert mode, I should say. Since putting the lights on it, it did definitely impact the flight characteristics of it. It seems like it is a little more piggish. Doesn't want to have the speed that it normally does. Of course, the battery I'm flying on right now is definitely a puffer pack. It's one back when I first started flying. I wanted to get a real estimate of what my max flight time was. I got about 18 minutes on it, which killed the battery out. And while it shows good charge, see if I can bring it in closer. While it shows a good charge, it definitely is puffed up on it. So I'm wondering if it doesn't have the right amount of amps coming through. I just ordered a watt meter, so I will be checking that once I get that in. And I'm thinking that's what my problem is. So that's full throttle right there. And of course I'm going upwind, which will slow it down some. When I come back on the downwind leg, it's about twice as fast. But the wind isn't blowing strong enough to really be the sole cause of that, I don't think. At least not in my opinion. As It definitely should be doing better than this. I don't even know if I could get a good acrobatics in. There's some inverted flight for you. See if we can bring it back around. Nope, that's full throttle. Oh, no, and chop throttle. No throttle still, just on a glide slope. Still at 0 throttle. Back elevator. And give it a little gas now. This thing is a great flying plane. I just love this thing. It's been through heck. A lot of damages on it. A little bit of tape, a little bit of glue. Right back in the air. So eventually I'll go on ahead and get me another one. And this one will be relegated to really teaching friends how to fly. Yeah, that battery is toast. That was a short flight, and it's already, you can see on the stick, that's half throttle. And the plane is barely moving. So let me pull it in here, change out the battery. That battery may get to make a trip to Batteries R Us. Oh, there it goes. That's what I was talking about, the wind catching it. I was hoping it'd rock it back over and save me from walking out here in the slosh. But no such luck. Sorry about the sun. Looking right into it. Alright, let's go pull this battery out. Throw us a different one in there. See if we have the same result. Be right back. Okay, back on the bench. And hopefully you can see this battery here. Definitely puffed up. Grab a different one and that way you'll have something to compare it to. So definitely a puffer pack. Trying to get the last bit of life out of it. Let's give it a check. That flight was only about 3.5 minutes on a fully charged battery. Hopefully you can see this. Yeah, 11.6, 3.86, 3.87, and 3.86. So they're definitely balanced out, but they're just not holding a good charge. Put a new one on. 12.4, 12.5 with 4.14, 4.16, and 4.17. Alright, let's stick this one in the plane and give it one more whirl before we lose our daylight. The plane's off. Plugging in the battery, tuck everything in. Alright, there's the battery talking to the ESC, which is good. Cleared the timer back out. I have my timer on the Apprentice actually set for 10 minutes. And if you really hog the throttle, you probably want to go down to about 8, truth be told. And this is on the standard 3200 milliamp pack, 3-cell. And you can see the flag over there. When the flag goes horizontal, it's about 8 miles per hour. So when it drops down like half or 45-degree angle over there, you can figure that's about 4 to 4.5. All right. Helps if you turn it on. Alright, we'll get it initialized. Make sure you wait till you hear that beep after it does its little semi-dance. If you don't, you will not have full control of it. It'll look like you do. Trust me, you won't. Also, before the AS3X kicks in, you want to give it a little bit of juice. Don't got to give it a lot. People will say 25%, but I've done it with just enough to spin the propeller under its own power. All right, here we go. Taking off in Acro Mode again. Yeah, you can definitely even hear the power difference in the motor. And we're up and away. There's port on the coals there. It's full throttle pass. Bring it around for a upwind leg. And it could just be that the wind is much, much stronger at 100 feet in the air than it is down here at ground level, because this one still doesn't really give that much speed out of it. However, it is definitely more gusto. Yeah, you can see the wind catching it, and actually wind pushed it back over on its own there. I didn't roll it back up right side. Good old wind helped me out with that. Yeah, it could also be those extra lights. I overdid it on the lights on this just because I really wanted to brighten up the sight on it. I got about 250 lights on it, and some of them are the waterproof type, so they have a little extra weight. So maybe I'll relegate this to just a slow night flyer and do some horse trading, pick up another one, leave the lights off of it, since I've already got several batteries for this thing. I've recently gotten into trying to fly the warbirds just because that's a personal preference. I just like the history of them. But I still drag this one out to the range. I'm thinking guns right now. Drag it out to the flight field just because I cut my teeth on it, and it's what I learned how to fly on. Or am learning to fly on, I should say. I still have my share of wrecks. See if we can get a half of a Cuban 8. A lazy one. Get a couple of rolls in. If you go just aileron only, it's not a very good roller. You throw in your full rudder with it, it's a little better, a little more responsive. But of course you're putting a lot more torque on the frame. You're twisting it at 2 points instead of 1. So buyer beware on the wear and tear on the control horns and clevises and stuff. Just love flying this thing. Such a docile flyer. See if we can come in low and that one was a little sketchy. Had to pull out of it, couldn't come back around all the way. Alright, let's see if we can get this upside down over the runway. Got to be careful doing this. Oh, come down too far in the wind. Wind pushed it a little much. Let me come upwind with that maneuver. You know what? I don't think I want to tempt fate and get it down too low, because with this wind it can push it and make it pitch in altitude up or down by a good amount. Just like that. Glad there was no cars parked there. Well, I just been getting another one, so that may be the ultimate preparedness. Let's come over here and take a look at it. It's still a durable plane, so believe it or not, that might not have done a tremendous amount of damage. Let's take a look. Looks like it popped a couple of rubber bands off the wing. Oh, knocked the motor mount out. That was only hot glued in, actually. Still busted all of the rubber bands. I don't see any debris laying around. So, let's take and flip it over. Yeah. That definitely killed it out on that crash. Let's turn it off and bring it over here and take the battery out. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You don't normally want to do that type of maneuver in the wind. And that's what happened. It pushed it over my head. And I thought I could climb it out without... yeah, it automatically unplugged my servos for me, too. I thought I could climb it out before it got too much in the roll, but wasn't happening. Alright, a little more skin on the wing. Overall, the wing survived good. That'll be fine. Frame straight there. Good in the back. So it looks like I just need a nose cone. Not a problem, because this you can see hopefully in the camera, this is all taped on all the way around 360. I had actually let me pull the battery out. Hopefully I didn't cheese it. Yeah, good. No. Sometimes you come in hard, these batteries will get crushed in on the tip and actually ruin them. Almost don't got enough cable left there to unplug due to the motor being sideways. So, no obvious damage to the battery. Give us a good charge on it. I mean a good volt reading. 11.4, 3.8, 3.79, and 3.8. Well, it was time to land anyway. So overall, I'm just going to need to get a new cowling, a new, I'll probably change the propeller out just because it's nicked up pretty good. New cowling with a firewall, and it'll be good to go. And that's not an expensive repair either. Well, one of the guys that I first met out here told me I'd just been flying about 60 days and was starting to get comfortable with it. And he pointed out to me that, oh, it looks like it busted a clevis too. He pointed out to me, you can see it in there, it came off the servo. Yeah, servo looks fine. Doesn't feel stripped or nothing. Same with that one. So good to go with that. Yeah, he told me then that if you just fly around in circles, you're going to get bored with this hobby. He said you got to push yourself and learn new tricks. So I've done that with this plane just because it's so easy to repair. Like I said, this particular repair here, I guess I was fortunate because it came in on the asphalt out there, and or gravel, I should say. And this thing definitely hit hard, but I would venture, just I don't have a catalog with me, but I'm going to guess that a firewall and a cowling and a motor mount. That's the 3 items it's going to need. And actually the firewall may be okay. May just be the motor mount. So if it needs a cowling, that's going to be probably $6, $7, maybe $9. The motor mount's probably going to be $4 or $5. And if it needs a firewall, that's probably going to be another $4 or $5. So $20. But that's how I learned how to fly upside down, is taking the chance. If you get scared and don't want to do it, yeah, you may not have any wrecks, but you're not going to have as much fun either. To me, that's the one of the beauties about learning this hobby and flying, is getting where you can fly inverted loops, basic aerobatics, and in hopes of progressing up and getting into pattern planes or something of that nature. So at any rate, I appreciate you watching, and hope you enjoyed the crash and devastation that is the Apprentice. We'll have this back up and running hopefully tomorrow if the hobby shop's got the parts in stock. If not, I'll pick them up online. Thanks for watching.